So many of you are aware that I have been a bit busy this past week on the Body Language Guy for, reasons. The world is pretty much going mad. But here in the Royal Rogue, we have a space, have a safe space to take a deep breath and, see that, oh my God, what is this? What is it? I have been keeping an eye on the latest developments on Harry, the King, and William. And I have to say something that so many of you might not like. I think this was a backstabbing on William by the King. Because anybody with half a brain would instantly know that Harry is just chasing cloud. And the King just gave him the legitimacy that he absolutely needed because they are desperate. I have said that so many times in the past couple months here on the Royal Rogue. And how does this happen? And I'm going to explain with a very interesting piece that was that Guardian article. I'm gonna scroll here very fast so you don't get dizzy. I'm gonna scroll to the top of the article and prove to you that everybody saw this coming. And you cannot tell me that King Charles III did not know about this, because if that is the case, his communications team sucks. And no, I don't think that this could have just happened. My conscience is clear. Prince Harry on Ukraine, his family, and the media. This is a long article. I'm not going to read much of it, just the parts that are relevant to this discussion. And I'm going to say I'm going to mention a couple paragraphs here. Because of the sheer numbers of wounded, Invictus has become increasingly well known in Ukraine, and Harry, somewhat surprisingly, has achieved cult hero status. This is the usual, strategy in which you go to a war-torn country, say that is in the name of Invictus, but you make sure to make Ukraine about you. You make sure to make Invictus about you. And we know how has that worked so many times for the media, because they keep doing that because somebody somewhere has the money to keep paying these shields to do the same. And this case was The Guardian. The Guardian accompanies him on the journey to the capital, something of a gamble for both sides, as Harry noted. He is suspicious of the media, and The Guardian has long been critical of the monarchy. So what changed? Maybe there's a common interest in here. Maybe it's some type of underlying narrative. Let's find out. There's another interesting part here. He is not, he says, the unhappy man some of the press like to portray him as. But yes, he wants to spend more time in the UK. I guess that's what is the visit for, right? He pushed for this visit. He hasn't seen his father for 19 months. I wonder why. I wonder if it was like Harry has done things to the royal family, all of them, especially William, that might have granted this unnatural time away from home, but that many people were really, let's say, happy with Harry just staying overseas. But no, does he regret putting his side of the story in the very public way that he has? No, he doesn't. My conscience is clear. So everything he did back in the day, all these years, and I'm going to just mention one of them. I'm just going to mention one of them, and I still have that video on my Body Language Guy channel. I'm going to mention the time he made it very clear that the decision of international protected person, that whatever RAVEC in the UK had to decide that he has or hasn't to be protected, the protection that he could have was the Queen's, her late Majesty, Queen Elizabeth, prerogative. So she just have just with a like this, she would have signed a paper, and Harry would have his security, which we know, of course, it was a lie, and it's still a lie. So that's one of the lies that Harry pushed. That is one of the ways that he, to his grandmother, that he keeps saying, "Oh, I respect her," and that is BS. And that is why that meeting, without William approval, without William being there, that was literally a stab in the back. And I'm starting to believe so many people that I see how I just dismiss them. So many people I say that, oh, there's a rift between Charles and William. And you know, if you have been watching the Royal Road, you know that I've said time and time again, that is not happening. I've seen their body language in public appearances. Oh, yeah. When was the last time that we saw them together? I always mention the coronation, right? A very emotional moment. What about any other moment? All right, we should have more of those. We should have more of those. Then it began to dawn on me, if Harry's doing this public relations tour, if Harry's doing all this, my question is, who is enabling him? Who is the principal, the main enabler of Harry doing this with you know which intentions? Because I said that here in the Royal Rogue, that the only thing that Meghan and Harry have left is to come back to the UK. Did I say it or not? Or didn't I say it? I did. So, King Charles has become the main enabler of Harry at the expense of everything. I think that Charles at this point, he has literally nothing to lose. I mean that he's doing whatever he wants at this point. And I wouldn't blame him with his age, with cancer. Let's do this. Let's go crazy. But dude, we're talking about, let's say, the most important institution in the UK. You're talking about the reputation of the family of the UK. And you are, how to put this? People don't know if calling you weak or a traitor to your own family. This is really sad, because you know how many times I have defended the royal family, how many times I have defended King Charles, how many times I have defended William, of course. Well, they just, oh yeah, well, let's welcome Gingerbread. Oh, let's welcome him. And what is the problem? But it was just 55 minutes of tea and cucumber sandwiches. Is that what they eat, right? But the problem is the optics. And that was closely followed by this. The article of The Guardian. I continue. He talks a little about his mother, Diana, and his father, too. If Invictus is his professional priority, it seems clear his father is a personal one. But all that comes out on the way back of the UK, what is happening in Ukraine, is his immediate concern, and for good reason. So give me a break. He makes sure that he talks about his father, right? None of this is relevant about Ukraine. This is Harry speaking. I would say that I have been fortunate, he says. The one thing that people miss when they hang up their uniform is purpose. How long ago did you hang up your uniform, Harry? What have you done since then? How can you talk about purpose? What kind of hypocritical take is this? You don't have to answer. We are used to this. Yeah. Losing a sense of community and being part of a team, and of course, the camaraderie and adrenaline, but the heart of it is your job. Your role is serving a purpose larger than yourself. Yeah, those are Harry's words. This is trying to, I don't know, wash away all that he has done. He has no regrets about all that he did, all and his wife did. Has no regrets about none of that. His work for Invictus, he says, has given him that after his military career. It saved me. I thought it was Meghan who had saved you. You moron. Oh, he mentioned this. Nobody should feel embarrassed or ashamed about their disabilities. It's about flipping for sympathy or admiration and respect. Well, that thing, that is on point, especially coming from someone with a mental disability. So I will give him a pass on that one. We continue. The theory was that giving the rebel Royal a platform might not be smart politics on a day that Britain's new Foreign Secretary, Yvette Cooper, was also in town. But only one Briton is making any headlines in Ukraine on Friday. This is literal public relations. I would say propaganda, but propaganda is the wrong term. Public relations is the right term, but this is pathetic. I'm very happy with who I am and like the life that I live. Then why do you want to come to the UK is my question. Why are you so hell-bent? Oh, we need to go. Yeah, of course. He also met his father, King Charles, for the first time since February 2024. Boo-hoo. Oh, this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. Would he like to spend more time in the UK to bring his children one day despite the issues over his security arrangements? Yes, I would. This week has definitely brought that closer. There you have it. I told you. How many videos ago? I'm Nostradamus, the royal Nostradamus. Meghan is pushing Harry. You have to come back. You have to do something. You have to do something. Cry a little. I'm pretty sure that Charles is going to welcome you once again. You have to make sure that William is out of the equation. And you know how. I said that as well. I covered that as well in a video. How the media has been, trying to protect King Charles and at the same time criticize William for the exact same, in the exact same, I don't know, topics. The exact same topic, King Charles, okay, or Queen Camilla, no problem. William and Catherine, how they're they? This is baffling. Harry won't talk about his father, but he seems to suggest he wants and needs to see his father more often. Over the coming year, he says, the focus really has to be on my dad. There's a veiled attempt to use Charles' cancer for, how magnanimous Harry is. You know that I always try to keep the Royal Rogue a family-friendly channel, and that is not going to change today, but it's going to be hard with this one. Harry mentions his wife, Meghan, only once by name, a reference to something she told him about how telling the truth is the most efficient way to live. I think that I'm going to break my promise with this one. So if there are children in the room right now, just make sure that they let them, I don't know, put some headphones on them, play some Peppa Pig because here it comes. Meghan said, just stick to the truth. It is the thing I always fall back on, says Harry, always. And if you think like that, who would be stupid enough to lie? It takes up too much time and effort. Harry and Meghan, the two of you, with all due respect, go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves sideways. I I I have never seen. No, no, seriously. I'm trying not to be overly dramatic. But how the fuck can Meghan say just stick to the truth? And you see that in an article of The Guardian right after Harry met with his father. Go fuck yourself, you all. Go fuck yourself. Seriously, give me a break. This is way too much for anybody. I mean, I think you should wish that the Royal Rogue makes a video at least once a day, because I've been trying to, it has something in my throat, on my chest, that I absolutely needed to just vent. That's why I need to make at least a video daily on this topic. This is way too much. He does not ever expect to get positive coverage from some quarters, not from the Royal Rogue, that's for certain. A ceasefire is perhaps the best he can hope for. Yeah, keep wishing, bro. It is not about revenge. It is about accountability, he says. Harry speaking about accountability. Nor does he want to prolong any divisions with his family. But in life, he says, you cannot have reconciliation before you have truth. Go suck a cock. Yeah, go suck a cock. Fuck's sake, man. No, what is this? You cannot have reconciliation before you have truth. Meghan gave him a piece of paper with that scribble in pencil. And make sure that you say this to the Guardian. Make sure that repeat the same exact words. And Harry did. But yeah, this is borderline propaganda. And the last part, he's told that Rudnieva thought part of the reason people like him was because he's quite Ukrainian in his attitude to life. He does his own thing in his own way. You know who else did that? Says the prince. My mom. You mean your mom, Meghan? You prick? Is that her you're talking about? Because you don't do your own thing. You do whatever Meghan tells you to. And yeah, I said this a long time ago. But not that a long time ago, maybe a couple of months ago. I saw all this in my mind's eye. All this happening. And again, I'm going to say it again. Who is certifying the gingerbread? Who is enabling the guy? Who is, what is the word that I use? Legitimizing the grifters and their desire to go to the UK and get closer to Charles because he has cancer and stuff and such. King Charles. But you want me to say what? And again, so many of you are fans of the whole royal family. So many of you are fans of King Charles and Queen Camilla. So many of you are fans of William and Catherine. I think that none of you are fans of Harry and Meghan, right? We are clear with that. But I have to call a spade a spade. This is wrong. This is just plain wrong. And again, the issue is, I try so hard to keep things compartmentalized between the body language guy and my work here at the Royal Rogue. It's very hard sometimes. It is becoming harder and harder. And, well, let's wait for that Windsor banquet where we will have some special guests that I will talk about that in the body language guy, by the way. But let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. Much love and bliss.